Hey yoke, what is cooking with my people, the Chico Army? And if you're a newbie and got no stripes yet, you're just a viewer of the tube. My name is Tyler, the host of the crypto channel that has a certain war drum when you know this channel is about to launch its attack. You know how we quack the enemy lines. It's time for Chico Crypto. Well, yesterday's cooldown of the markets might have been much needed as altcoins got a reality check against BTC. If you didn't notice, with the 12K break into the unknown territory, most alts got wrecked against BTC. There were a few outliers that pumped or held more, but the theme was down with the alts. Although in a bullish trend with a true alt season not yet arrived, these dips are scary, yes, but they can be seen as opportunities to score good positions in good altcoins. And that is what we are covering today, some of those good alts. Now, I know some people want me to cover new coins every week, pumping, dumping, and recycling the same game over and over, but that is not me. Now, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, you know I'm super bullish on EWT, Energy Web Token of the Energy Web Chain. I have many videos over the past couple of months revealing what I have found and why what is being built will revolutionize the energy game. All those videos are in the description if you want to check them out. So I'm not going to cover what I've already covered, but we are going to analyze Energy Web's main relay chain and some major corporations and crypto projects who could be filling Parachain slots with them in the future, and why that is important for both. So Energy Web is going to be its own relay chain and connect back to Polkadot through a para-relay-chain bridge. Thus, the Energy Web chain will have its own Parachain slots, which conceivably the company's projects and even entire countries could build their own relay chains with their own Parachain slots and do exactly what Energy Web is doing with Polkadot. The growth of this is limitless, making a recursive tree structure where scalability is no longer any issue. So who will be initially filling these slots? How can we zero in on that? Well, to find that out, you got to do a similar thing we've done with the Polkadot ecosystem. We need to zero in on the crypto projects and the companies that are currently building alongside Energy Web or have been for a while. So number one, let's begin with the energy sector and the large public companies and utilities Energy Web has been working with. Engie, ever heard of them? Well, they are a French multinational electric utility company, which had nearly $73 billion in revenue in 2019. In multinational, it means they have divisions across the world, like here in the US, as they have been growing substantially in the States. Now, going to Engie's website for their global energy management client solutions. At the bottom, they have blockchain, Teo, the energy origin. Hey, we know that, but let's just click in. As we can see in the How It Works section, this autonomous device can be plugged into any type of meter on production and consumption sites to instantly start collecting data in real time. With the device, the data is then signed and can be registered on any blockchain for decentralized application. Combining Engie's expertise in the energy sector with Ledger's security expertise in the blockchain environment, the device also ensures the data is trustworthy, thanks to an inbuilt anti-tampering solution and secure elements embedded into the device. So we know this on this channel. It's been in the works with the two since 2018. The devices were created and have since been refined down to a small chip, and they are out there in the wild recording data from meters. Now let's just go back to Engie's website on their tool Teo and click into Access the Teo tool. This takes us to the website, and if we scroll down, there is Energy Web's logo. And a little further, it says Teo is the first application to migrate onto the Energy Web chain. Then we can go to AnyBlock's Energy Web Smart Contract Cluster Analysis, and we can see the growth of the contracts being created over time on EWC. And most of the smart contracts have to do with energy certificates and the transfer of their ownership. Sound like Engie's Teo? Well, let's just go back to its website. And it's all about Teo certifying green energy with blockchain. And it says this information is registered in tamper-proof certificates on the blockchain and accessible on Teo's platform along with other production and consumption data. Okay, but let's just go back to AnyBlock's analytics dashboard, and we can see the smart contracts with the most events connected to them. And there's one that makes up nearly 50% of all smart contract events, the contract that ends in 784. I wonder who owns that? Well, AnyBlock Analytics put out a blog post of their EWC dashboard, and in the blog they say this. Based on these metrics, you can easily see that the contract which ends in 784 is by far the most actively used. This smart contract actually belongs to the Energy Origin, aka NG. So hands down, NG is going to be on top of the Energy Web Chain. This isn't just some partnership they signed on paper, but real-world applications being built to change the game. They are building to monetize their customers' energy with the TOD app, and it's just the beginning. Because if you didn't know, and I'm letting you in on a little secret, NG has their own private corporate chain based on POA, Proof of Authority, and this chain will be the basis for NG's own EWC Parachain, which could form into its own relay chain, hosting the multiple dApps NG will build, and the regions NG works in. How about other corporate parachains? Well, let's just go to their GitHub to see which other projects are closely working with EWC. Scrolling down, we can see they have an asset library registration with Sonnen. Who is Sonnen? Well, Sonnen produces renewable home energy systems for household and businesses, creating products like batteries and the back-end tools and technology to create something. On their website, they show one of their products is virtual power plants. And it says, Sonnen virtual power plants turn fleets of decentralized batteries into controllable, revenue-generating grid assets. Who did Sonnen partner up with to accomplish this with? Well, of course, the Energy Web. Article is titled, Sonnen leverages Energy Web Chain EWT Origin for virtual power plant that saves wind energy and reduces grid congestion. And guess who owns Sonnen? The actual people controlling the strings behind the scenes. Well, going to Sonnen's Wikipedia, it's Royal Dutch Shell. And we know they are one of Energy Web's first affiliates and confirmed validator nodes. And we can confirm they are still gung-ho besides Sonnen getting deep by checking Sabine Brink's Twitter, the blockchain lead at Shell. Of course, she's tweeting and retweeting about EWC on a regular basis. So Shell, their own Energy Web Parachain or relay chain connected through a para-relay chain. I think, oh yeah, NG, Shell, corporate parachains. But there's more. As I'm sure you've seen the exhaustive list of Energy Web affiliates. You have Energy Powerhouse Player after Energy Powerhouse Player. So we zeroed in on the corporations, but what about the crypto projects? The ones with tokens trading, which could be a part of this, in my opinion, the future top 10 crypto ecosystem. Well, if you tuned in to the live stream over the weekend, you know what is coming. XRT Robonomics. So I showed in 2018, Robonomics won a prize at an Energy Web hackathon. And here's a picture of a team member, Alisher Kazanov, receiving the award. Now zoom in. What did they receive the award for? That says DAO ICPI, which according to the Robonomics team, the official Genesis block for this was just launched in February of this year on Robonomics substrate. Yeah, DAO ICPI is a parachain on top of Robonomics, which we can confirm by typing into the web search bar parachain.robonomics.network. And of course, DAO ICPI comes up. So just right there, you should understand that Robonomics is one of the most advanced teams in the DAO ecosystem. They have already launched their own test parachain on Kusama, and they have a live parachain DAO ICPI on their blockchain, which might just be migrating to Kusama soon, which means we may have the first relay chain Kusama with another relay chain, Robonomics, and finally their own parachain, DAO ICPI, which demonstrates the unlimited growth of Polkadot structure. But the fact that Energy Web gave them recognition for this parachain DAO ICPI awarding them leads me to believe Robonomics is a planned parachain, as going to the DAO ICPI white paper, it stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization, Integrated Program for Climate Initiative. And that's right up Energy Web's alley. But as we can see from the white paper, the ICPI was from the Russian Carbon Fund. Who is this? Well, they help businesses accelerate their sustainable goals. They're a member of the United Nations Global Compact and serve clients like Unilever, PepsiCo, and Bloomberg. So the Russian Carbon Fund is no joke. But then you need more confirmation that these two are connected. Let's just go to the team of Dow ICPI, and we can see that the Russian Carbon Fund is indeed deeply ingrained, as LYXE Shadrin is there, and he is the founder and CEO of the Russian Carbon Fund. Now, the Dow ICPI is no joke. They have live projects right now, which they list right here. Number one, they did the world's first transaction of green assets in collaboration with the Russian Carbon Fund and French climate finance group, Era Group. And as we can see, IT support was provided by Microsoft Russia and Airlab, aka Robonomics. They've also done rural community solar power in Chile, where thanks to Robonomics smart sensors that are connected to the Dow ICPI blockchain, locals were rewarded for using solar energy. They are doing blockchainization on a national scale with the country of Kazakhstan. Very nice. And in collaboration with Robonomics, they've done drone emission reporting. And of course, smart sensors in collaboration with Robonomics that can measure energy consumption and a wide range of pollutants. So, Robonomics Parachain on the Energy Web. Well, the Dow ICPI is energy focused, and they won an award for it at one of Energy Web's hackathons. It makes sense to me. What about others? What other crypto projects could be connected to this energy ecosystem? Well, just last month, Energy Web had another hackathon called their Innovation Challenge, and the winners of it were announced. And the first one is a bridge to the Ocean Protocol, enabling a power analytics and intelligence marketplace for IoT devices enabled with EWDOS. And scrolling down, the project is titled the EW AI Bridge, and there is even a hierarchical structure that has been shown. Yep, the Ocean Protocol is connected, and a bridge is in the initial stages. Thus, I wouldn't doubt a Parachain slot will be reserved for the Ocean Protocol. But who else? I have actually covered these projects before. Well, this one comes out of left field and is a brand new project I'm sure many haven't heard of. Lukso, which is actually from Fabian Vogelsteller, the creator of the Ethereum ERC20 standard and Web3.js, the blockchain space's biggest JavaScript library. Now, if we scroll down into the advisors of Fabian's Lukso, we can see Dr. Anna Trovic of Grid Singularity and the Energy Web Foundation. So what is Lukso? According to the website, it's a blockchain infrastructure providing a series of standards and solutions for physical and digital consumer goods. And just below that it says, Lukso will introduce standards and tools that will enable a new economy based on cultural currencies, digital certificates, and universal public profiles. So why do I think these two could be connected besides Anna being an advisor? Well, they both run proof of authority blockchains as of right now, the reputation-based consensus that leverages the value of identity and reputation of block validators. And that term, proof of authority, was coined by none other than Gavin Wood. And guess when their proof of authority networks went live? Well, right around the same time as each other. Let's see, Lukso went live with their L14 blockchain. As we can see, it's pure proof of authority. The date? June 18th, 2019. And Energy Web went public live with their enterprise grade one. And as we can see, it's proof of authority. The date? June 19th, 2019. Now, the POA crowd is a small group. They're tight, it's a niche, and Block Scout has a list of who is using it. There's Luxo's testnet. There's Ocean Protocol. There's Energy Web. Is all I gotta say. Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.